Set in the backfield for Bo Nix. 45 touchdowns last year at Oregon. Nix fires and nearly is it 2. And Nix scrambles, but Harrison, who was an
underthrow and a hospital ball. Those were the first 2 pass attempts by Bo Nix as a Denver Bronco.
Nix is looking that way and has a man. That should be a first down. Nix will keep. Gets around Titus Leo. Gets a first down for the Broncos. McLaughlin by his lonesome. First down. Spins away from the... Nix throws. Touchdown. Touchdown Denver. Marvin Mims Jr. on the touchdown reception.
And after that, it was pretty much as close to flawless football as you could possibly get in your NFL debut. And you guys, I get it. It is just the preseason that we're looking at here. We're still a ways away from the regular season, and Denver's still got some questions that need to be answered. But I mean, forget the numbers that you've seen from this kid already. Because when you dive into the film, on the other hand, I don't even think Bo Nix expected to see what this guy is already trying to do. But before that, today's video is sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Now, ladies and gentlemen, BetterHelp, they've been working with us for a while now. And prior to them, therapy was never in the cards for me. I mean, whether it be mental health, anxiety, stress, you name it. Not only did I avoid it, I just didn't think I had the time for it. But with BetterHelp, they showed me what I was missing. Because by connecting you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you unbiased, helpful advice, just sign up on their website, answer a few questions to find a therapist that is tailored to you, whether it be video chat, call, even just messaging for that matter. BetterHelp will work to find you the right professional, all from the comfort of your own home. And if you guys head over to betterhelp.com/footballdigest or choose Football Digest at sign up, you will receive a special discounted offer on their first month of services. So guys, do yourself a favor, check out the link down below and set yourself up through the best in BetterHelp.
Nix will keep. Gets around Titus Leo. Gets a good lead.
The RPO style offense. Something that you don't see as frequently used, at least, at the professional level of football. In fact, when you're talking about the Denver Broncos specifically, they did so fewer than almost any other team in the league last year, and that is obviously given with who their quarterback was. Then, say if you wanted to talk about the new face of their franchise, I cannot be more blunt with saying this, you guys. He lived and he died by the RPO shotgun style offense. Okay, you can even count on your hands the amount of times he took a snap from under center last year. And granted, his insane numbers from last season, coupled with the highest completion percentage in FBS history.
Playing for this team, and here's Bo Nix on the ramble into the end zone.
Like, we all knew he was a dual threat quarterback. We just didn't know that Sean Payton, of all coaches, was ultimately going to transform his offensive philosophy to meet Bo Nix's strengths. I mean, just look at the film for a quick example. Bo Nix ended up running the ball 3 times in his preseason debut, with just one of them being designed. Now sure, Bo Nix using his legs is going to end up being a very small fraction of this offense, but just the threats of him being able to use his legs, like he did at a very higher clip in college, you've already seen it. It is going to do wonders for this offense. Let's go back to that designed run first, which was, of course, a zone read option. He immediately picks up on the edge, biting on the inside, and breaks it out for a big gain, thanks again to that quick decision making that is praised so highly of him. How about just a little bit later in that very same drive in those RPO stunts we mentioned earlier? Undeniably, one of his biggest strengths is recognizing defensive coverages. Like say a front 7 in the box in run anticipation here. I mean, he already knows he has the easiest completion outside of the hashes before they even snap the ball. Same exact situation later on at the goal line. 6 are picked up in the box, the disadvantage is recognized, and with nobody seeming to tail Marvin Mims in motion.
Nix throws, touchdown. Touchdown Denver, Marvin Mims Jr. on the touchdown reception.
I mean, I just still can't believe that this guy is the one adapting to the scheme. But hey, credit to Sean Payton in that sense, because as you've already seen, keeping the scheme simple for Bo Nix, it has translated to success everywhere else you look. To start, there's simple things like his pocket presence. From everything that we've seen so far, it's pretty clear how exceptional he is at both evading pressure and recognizing when the pocket collapses.
And has a man, that should be a first down. And because of trying...
And throws like this. Those are one thing in itself, but when you also look at things like, say, his numbers when under pressure or even facing the blitz so far in this preseason, I mean, they are pretty much borderline perfect. Then, of course, there is also other areas of his game, like, say, trying to extend the field, which, while obviously that is not the bread and butter of an RPO-style offense, but it was probably also very reassuring to see that he was producing in this manner as well. I mean, hell, most of the production that you saw throughout this game was working with guys like, say, Devaughn Vele, Lucas Krull, and other backup pieces. And not to mention, he was even this close to an absolute dime of a back corner end zone touchdown had it not been a drop from Josh Reynolds. But nonetheless though, you guys, what honestly might have stood out to me the most, at least, when watching this team, I think it's gotta be the veteran-like presence we saw from Bo Nix through all of this. I mean, for an example, we've yet to see any pre-snap penalties or miscommunications on account of Bo. He's had very limited live reps with first-team skill players in guys like Sutton, Mims, Javonte Williams, etc., but yet is still producing at the very high clip that he is. Like, the one major mistake that you could probably point out was the fumble from under center. And that is obviously something that he's going to have to get more comfortable with as they approach the regular season. But I mean, again, call this video an extreme overreaction if you want. Okay, I know the preseason is not gonna tell us everything here, but also that doesn't mean with what we've heard through training camp, and especially with what we're now seeing on the field, it is telling us that Denver, they've got a plan here. And it's a plan that, whether it be the weapons around Bo Nix, maybe the run game, the offensive line depth, the defense, whatever you want to consider with this team, that is where I need to hear what you guys have to think of this. So please let me know in the comments, what has surprised you the most out of everything we've seen from the Denver Broncos so far, whether it be on the offensive or even the defensive side of the ball. And of course, if you had to, give me a final record prediction for the Denver Broncos this year. But once again, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all more than anything, and I will see you guys in the next video.